Welcome back to another episode of Yeah No No Yeah. In this one, then Liam and I are talking about two multiverse movies, one from Marvel, one from DC. We're talking about Across the Spiderverse and The Flash. So the two big superhero movies that are out right now. Couldn't avoid it. We obviously have to talk about them. So I hope that you guys enjoy that discussion. As always, check out the timestamps in the description if you want to jump to a certain point and all of that. And check out our link trees in the description of the episode if you want to find our social medias. And don't forget also, we do have a Patreon. So if you want to support the podcast, it helps us pay for the artwork. All of the money goes towards the episode artwork that we do. We would greatly appreciate that. It really helps us out and keeps this going. And so yeah, let's get into the episode.
Well, oh fuck, I forgot to put the guidelines, like show myself the guidelines.
I just brought it up too.
Can't forget that. It helped a lot.
It did help a lot the last time. It took us long enough to get some guidelines, but we finally got them.
Yeah, and background jazz.
30 something episodes. Yeah, and background music.
I think it gives it like a really nice vibe. I've been listening to some of it like while editing, just letting it play for a while, and it's like it just feels like a nice casual conversation.
It does.
Very relaxed.
It does. Yeah. Just a nice smooth ambiance. Just calms people down. Yeah.
We're already behind schedule. Thank patrons.
Oh shit. We have to do that immediately at the 0 mark.
Yeah, I forgot. Damn it.
So, okay, before we get into this episode, we want to thank the patrons. So, Kath Reviews, thanks. Kath.Reviews, thank you for being a Patreon.
Thanks, Kath. And thanks. Julia, moving ___ pictures. Thank you very much. Appreciate it.
Thanks, Julia. And thank you, Sarah's Popcorn Chat, for being a patron as well.
Yes.
We appreciate it.
And thank you to Amy, Ardor Film. Appreciate that as well.
And last but not least, to Luna ___ Pearl. Thank you.
Thanks, Mom.
Good old got 5 good old reliable 5 patrons.
Where's the new ones? Come on.
I don't know where the new ones are, but I'm glad we still got the solid 5.
Yeah. Very much helping with the artwork as usual.
It definitely helps.
Yeah. All right. So how are we doing?
Well,
let's talk about our lives.
well, today's a pretty big day for me because, I told you I am moving, and I was supposed to move like this Tuesday or next Sunday, but I got a text from the guys saying that like the guy already moved out of the apartment. You can move in as soon as you want, and my mom, shout out to my mom, who's coming down with my stepdad to help me move. They can only come down today. So yeah, they're coming down later this afternoon, but I still wanted to fit this recording in this morning. I didn't want to delay the recording like a whole week or something because I'm gonna just be so busy once I move into that new place. And so you can't really see all the empty boxes behind me.
I can see some behind you.
There's some
in the hallway.
But this whole apartment is just filled. It's just stressing me out. I can't wait to get moved. It's just cluttered with boxes and boxes. It's gonna take so long.
Moving sucks like so hard, but like once you actually get there and settle down and sit down, you'll be like, oh thank God.
God, yeah. I can't wait. I can't wait. It's gonna be a lot nicer. I'm looking forward to it. So much closer to work, just better neighbors probably. Like it's a bit more spacious. I can't wait.
You have to give us a tour once you get there.
I will try. Yeah,
maybe not on but like,
No. Yeah. Once it's all settled, I definitely will. It'll take me a while, but yeah, I can't wait.
Speaking of moving, I've been doing like a bunch of moving for like this family friend right now, and like I like this past week I've been so fucking busy because like constant shifts, and like pretty much when I'm not doing a shift I'm doing that, so that's why it took me ages to get to the editing. But like I was just it's like so many plants and so much wood, so many boxes, like holy shit. And it's like all so fucking heavy. So I'm like, I'm tired. but you know, I know how you're about to feel, basically.
Yeah, it is the worst. Moving really is. Like, you gotta get some good people to help you with that.
Mm-hmm.
But
at least I get some money from it. That's something.
Yeah, as long as you're getting at least something out of it.
Yeah.
I mean, gosh.
I'm getting so much more shifts at the pizza job as well.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, like that's this good. Coming week, I'm pretty sure it's like 6 days a week, and one of them is like a full day, basically. So,
wow, you're gonna be bringing in the money. Hopefully, you get good tips too.
Oh, that'd be nice. I've only gotten 3 tips so far on my pizza ventures.
Only 3?
Yeah.
Wow.
Just
doesn't
one,
sound like a lot.
Like the first one was just a cash one from this nice lady, and then I got like a 70-cent one, basically, where he was just like, keep the change. I was like, okay, it's 70 cents, cool. And then one other person did it on card and gave me $5. So
nice.
That's cool.
Nice.
Yeah, I'd like more than that.
70 cents. Yeah, I think it'll start coming in before you know it. More tips, hopefully.
I'm kind of annoyed. I don't have any like crazy pizza stories. Like,
I know.
Yeah, it's
I'm
just
sure
kind of
well, maybe with this week you'll get some. I mean, you got a full week ahead of you.
True.
But
I want to clear something up real quick, because I said on the last episode, like, talking about my shitty manager and stuff. We've kind of squashed the beef now. I think we're fine. So, like, we're all just sort of like getting used to, I don't know, getting into like a new environment and stuff, and I think he's feeling the same. So I didn't really look at it from his point of view, so I feel bad. But yeah, he's not a dickhead. He's all right.
Yeah, I knew he was probably just breaking the new guy in, you know, something like that.
He's a lot more of a harsh manager, but like there's reason for it, I think. So that's good.
Yeah, well, that is good.
Yeah. That's pretty much just been my life, I guess. Not much else.
Same here. Not much else. Just gonna move right after this recording. Like, literally, I'm gonna, as soon as we get done with this recording, I'm unplugging the mic and putting it in this box right next to me. Like, it's that tight. I mean, I have plenty of time to record, but like, it's that tight of a day for me. Yeah. Just gotta record and move.
When's your mom and stepdad getting there?
Probably around like 11 or 11:30 my time. So like, you know, like 2.5 hours to 3 hours from now. But yeah, I just want to get it done.
Well, what have we been watching or listening to? I guess. I haven't listened to any like new albums that stood out in like a long time. Actually, I've just been kind of listening to my liked songs just on shuffle. I'm not sure about the movies. What was a good one that really stood out? They don't all have to stand out, I guess. Just,
I mean,
keep it consistent. Do 3 at a time, like each episode. I guess.
I watched this movie with Kath called Alone at Night, and it's a horror movie, and it came out like early this year, like late last year, early this year, and it was so bad. It was one of the worst things I've seen in a long time. I gave it a 0.5 star. Kath somehow enjoyed it, but she likes bad movies, just like bad cheesy movies, and I thought I did, but apparently not as much. And I can tell that like sometimes it really does.
Just too bad.
It is. Like, I thought this was gonna be a so bad it's good movie. It's just like it's some cheesy slasher movie about some like, and it's some cam girl that's like the target, and like it's so modern and stupid, and it's on Hulu. And I can tell that nobody cares about this because I go on Letterboxd and there's 0 people on my friends list that have it on their watch list and 0 that have even watched it. It's like nobody has seen this except me.
Jeez.
So, or even heard of it. Yeah. And it's this director's like only thing, basically. And it's just
sounds
not
like
good.
A good time.
It's really, it was like, it was fun watching it with her and like talking about it, but like if I watched it by myself, I don't think I would even get through it. I think I would have just turned it off. But so like that shit, was one. It was, so don't check it out unless you really want a bad movie.
Oh, well, I'll see how I feel.
Yeah, I guess. Yeah, seriously.
Yeah, I guess I'll talk about this one. I watched Intergalactic, that like Kid Cudi like sort of thing. I think he like wrote it and someone else directed it or something. But yeah, he like voices the main guy and shit, and I didn't like it very much, honestly. But I don't know. It's a Netflix movie, and it's just there was like really positive reviews for it from what I saw mostly, but like I just don't get it. And a lot of people comparing it to like, you know, like the animation and stuff to Spiderverse and shit like that.
Yeah.
But like it's really not the same, honestly, because like the thing that's so good about Spiderverse is like even like in the background of some shots or whatever, you'll see things like constantly evolving and moving and stuff, where this doesn't really have that. Also, like when there's conversation scenes, I don't know what happened, but it feels like the film didn't render properly or something before exporting. Like I don't know. Like the way they move is so like laggy whenever they're talking. It looks like it's lagging, but I don't know. It's just a style choice that I really didn't agree with, and it bothered me. And it's way too long. Well, it's not even way too long. It just felt way too long. It's like 94 minutes.
Yeah, it sounds like they were trying to ride the hype of the Spider-Verse movies with that animation. I guess that's probably what happened.
But it was in 2022.
This is gonna be trendy.
And the first Spider-Verse was like 2018.
Yeah, so it took them a while. It took them 4 years.
Yeah, but a lot of the writing in this movie is just like kind of abysmal, honestly. Like,
did Kid Cudi write it? It's probably not the best.
Him and like him and like 6 other people, I think. Yeah, but it's like it is the most. Sign. It is the most basic story you could ever think of. Everything that you can predict about it like happens. Like I kept saying like at the start there's like this character called Carmen or whatever, and I was like I bet we're not gonna see her again until later when she comes up to fuck up the current relationship, and bada bing bada boom, it fucking happens. It was just it was really annoying and generic, but yeah.
That's too bad. I was kind of wanting to check that out eventually, but
I just don't think it's very good at all.
Yeah, I'll stick to his music. I don't think I'll get into his.
Even his music
film.
Lately is just. He's really just fallen off, in my opinion, like big time. Like I like some of his music, but I don't love it anymore.
What was his latest album? Man on the Moon, like 3 or something, or 2.
Yeah, that and the Intergalactic soundtrack.
I liked that Man on the Moon, latest album. I actually really. I
thought it was decent. I just didn't love it.
I thought it was like a return to form for him, but yeah.
Yeah, I can't really say that personally. I think Man on the Moon 2 is a masterpiece, and he probably won't do that again.
Yeah, that's true.
Then again, Kids See Ghosts was amazing.
That was. He's so hit or miss.
Yeah.
But yeah, I guess I won't be checking that out. I watched this movie on Hulu. I was really anticipating it. Like, it's yet another horror movie that came out like this year, basically. It's called Baby Ruby, and it's got Kit Harington, you know, Jon Snow.
Yeah.
And Nomi, I'm gonna butcher her name, Nomi Merlant. I think it's one of the 2 main girls from Portrait of a Lady on Fire.
Oh.
She's French, so I don't know how to say her name, I guess. I'm sorry, Kath.
I think it was perfect.
Thanks. But yeah, I was really anticipating this. I love a good psychological horror movie. Just like the trailer looked interesting, and I liked the cast, and it started off really good. And man, I don't know, did you ever see the movie Vivarium?
No, I didn't. We talked about that a bit, but I remember you didn't like it.
Yeah, and I didn't like that one either. And both of them have such similar themes, like fears of like, I feel like a fear of parenthood, or like, you know, shit like that. And man, this just gave me like flashbacks to Vivarium, like, and the reasons I didn't like that, because it just felt so heavy-handed, so annoying. Like, there's like a crying baby throughout half the fucking movie.
Oh, God, and that's one way to get me out of the fucking room. Oh my God.
It is.
I hate that shit.
it was so disappointing because it started off so promising. I'm like, this could be a great movie, and then just it kept going. It was, I mean, even the crying baby wasn't the biggest issue for me. The biggest issue was how like heavy-handed and on the nose all the themes were. Like, it's like the most basic, and it's like a directorial debut for this lady, so I mean, it's not like a terrible directorial debut, but it's so basic for its like themes and stuff. So yeah. It was super predictable, I mean, it was only like an hour and a half, and even this kind of dragged a bit, so definitely a letdown. It wasn't like terrible, but I was just really let down by
Not too many good ones so far, eh?
No,
for both of us.
Yeah. I mean, I watched a lot of good movies, but like, it's funny how like the good movies I watched, I don't have as much to say as like the bad ones. I don't know why, but yeah, so that was just, I don't know, that was just disappointing, but oh well.
Some movies just suck.
A lot of movies do.
I'll do, Julia showed me Return to Oz from
I saw that
1985. This was I think it's sort of like a sequel-ish thing to Wizard of Oz, but it's like that movie was like what, the 40s or some shit, 50s, I don't know.
Yeah, or way, like, it was way earlier than that, I think. Whenever like color was invented for movies. Yeah. Not when color was invented.
Oh, it's 1939. Fuck me.
Yeah.
So this is a sequel. Well, not really. I don't even know what to call it, but it's like, a thing that came 1985, many, many years later, and it's like kind of just this thing about like Dorothy being like, I guess, put in like a mental institution at one point, like because like they think that there's something wrong with her for like believing all this shit.
That's pretty dark right off the bat.
Yeah,
I've really been wanting to watch this. I really want to see this one.
I like that element of it, but I mean, that is not what the movie is, like, for the majority of it. Like, it feels like it would be more, like, serious and dark and stuff, like, with that. But, like, the more it goes on, it gets more, like, fantasy and stuff and shit like that. But it is really, really fucking good. And, like, my god, the set design and the costumes and, like, the character designs and shit, like, fuck me. Like, it's really unique, I think. I think it was like really top notch at some points, but yeah, I don't like totally love it or anything, but I really did like it a lot.
A lot of people have been saying that's like a really creepy movie. Was it like really creepy, or is it just like
there are parts where it's like I feel like it would induce trauma into children, probably. But...
to children, yeah.
Yeah, like if I watched it as a kid, I probably would have been freaked out by a lot of things, but I wasn't. But yeah. There were some moments where I like audibly went, "Oh, what the fuck is that?" So, yeah.
Oh, I can't wait.
It's an interesting movie. I think you'd like it. Yeah.
I probably would. Yeah. I need something like that. Just weird.
I dig it. It was really good. Thanks, Julia.
Yeah. That's good. All right, I'll have my third one be a movie I actually really, really liked. So this I watched just a few days ago. It was Chandra's turn for like a movie night pick, and she picked a movie she'd seen that I have not seen, and this was the last James Wan movie I had to see in order to complete his filmography. Now I've seen all of his movies, and it was Death Sentence with Kevin Bacon. It came out in 2007. Oh man, this movie was fucking awesome. This is a movie, I feel like you would like it. Like, this is totally in line with like John Wick, Nobody, fucking those, like that subgenre.
And it's from James Wan?
And it's from James Wan.
Wow.
It's an action revenge, and this shit is badass. It's just like, so it's really simple, but it's like, it's very dark movie. It just falls in line with that subgenre of just like unexpected badasses. Like, this guy is just like, he's just a regular guy that works in an office. And
is this Kevin Bacon we're talking about?
Yeah, this is Kevin Bacon. He's just a regular guy that works in an office.
I haven't seen like enough Kevin Bacon like in like pretty much anything, and like now all I associate him with is fucking they them. Like that's all I think of when I hear Kevin Bacon.
Oh, they them. like tarnishes his reputation. You need to check out Good Kevin Bacon because he has a lot of good stuff.
Yeah, I'd like to.
No, this is definitely one of the things you should check out because yeah, he's just a regular guy that works in an office, and then like his son. This is not spoiling anything because it's the whole point of the movie. His son gets killed by some gang members, and they're not, like, the criminal justice system just like cannot do their job right. Like they're not getting the right guy, so he takes, he just turns into a vigilante. He just decides to go after him, and then it starts this like war between the gang and him, and it's just a back and forth throughout the entire movie, and some sequences are just so fucking crazy, and just it's really good. It's got John Goodman. It's got this other he's like this like arms dealer in the movie. It's pretty funny. He's pretty good in it. It's just a crazy movie. I really liked it. I gave it like a 4.5. It was just really, really good.
I'll have to watch it.
Very badass. Yeah, you'll have to check it out. It's actually my favorite James Wan out of all of his movies. It's my favorite. Yeah, because yeah, and that says a lot for me because I love horror, and he's supposed to be like one of the kings of modern horror. But yeah, I like Insidious. I like Saw. I don't really like the Conjuring movies that much. But so it's not like a high bar that he set. Mm-hmm. But
yeah, I don't think he's a great director from what I've seen. But like
he's average for me. Yeah. But like. It's better than Malignant. It's better than, for me, like, this is just, like, his most consistently entertaining.
I'll do an album to finish off.
All right.
I listened to Ugly by Slow Tie. I don't know if you've heard any Slow Tie yet.
I've heard songs here and there. He's actually been on my list to check out.
Well, this is his third album. And, yeah, it's, like, fucking incredible. Like, I'm shocked how great this was, because he's always been, like, someone I liked, but his albums, like as albums, I don't think they were that great. They just sort of like lacked a consistent theme or tone, I guess, and I don't know. But like this one, it has a lot of like amazing lyrics about like being anxious and like depressed and shit like that, and but it like really handles those things like super well, like in a really unique way. And I like the music can be like, it can range from like something really sad or whatever to something like that's an absolute banger, like out of nowhere, but like it works somehow. I don't know. It's just a very muddled album, but like in a good way. But I just loved it. I would highly, highly recommend it. So
yeah, he's definitely been on my list. He's a UK rapper, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, he's definitely been one that I've been wanting to check out because
I think you'd really like this one because it's very experimental and like just interesting.
Oh, if it is, then that sounds right up both of our alleys, I'm sure. Yeah, I definitely should check it out. I only listen to like a handful of UK rappers, but I still have to check out him. No, I'll definitely let you know.
Mini topics?
Yeah, I've got a couple.
I have like one very small one and a couple of interesting ones.
Yeah, I think I only have like 2 this time. But I had like a bunch last time, so I just couldn't find as much.
If you want, I can start us off with the like super small one.
Sure.
Well, it was just a little thing that I saw about that maybe would be interesting to talk about. I don't know, probably not. But I just heard recently that because of his latest like show, I guess Tom Holland is going on an acting break for a year.
Yeah, I saw that.
Yeah, I want to watch the show.
He's like said this before. People said that he's like always been saying he's gonna take a break from acting or retire or something.
But this one, he seems very serious about it because I think the role like affected him in a weird way. So
it was probably that wig. Probably that wig he had to wear.
I want to watch the show though. I need more good like dramatic Tom Holland because I feel like when he's in drama things he's good.
Yeah, I'm not gonna lie. I have yet to watch something that he has to like really impress me with.
The Devil
Even
all the
Spider-Man,
time. I loved him in The Devil all the time.
He was solid in that. Maybe it was the movie itself like that I didn't love.
Oh yeah, the movie itself I didn't like that much either.
I think that's why I don't associate that with that. But I mean, no, the performances in that were good all around, but just the story I didn't really care about. But
I love Robert Pattinson in that movie.
He was awesome. He was the best part.
That accent, fuck.
Yeah. Oh, he's great. But yeah, I guess we'll see if this is actually happening, if he does retire, or take a break.
He's not going to retire, whoa now.
Well, shit, after being Spider-Man in Marvel, he probably can retire at this point.
No, he's probably got a contract a mile long, like, I would think. That's
true. With Marvel, yeah.
And, I mean, after No Way Home, I want more of him, for sure. Like,
I mean, yeah,
the way that it ends for him in that movie, I'd really like to see where it goes from there.
That's true. He is getting his 4th movie. He's the only Spider-Man to get a 4th movie. So
Andrew Garfield didn't even get a 3rd.
No, he didn't even get a 3rd.
Imagine if like Sam Raimi gets to direct the next one. That'd be so good.
That'd just be poetic justice. He's always wanted to do a 4th movie. So yeah, I don't know. I guess we'll see. What is that show called that Tom Holland's in with the wig?
The Crowded Room, I think.
Okay. I don't even know what it's about. I just keep seeing screenshots of him in the wig, and I'm like, what is this? And then I
think it's just like I think it's something to do with like a killer or something, and it's like a thriller thing. But I do really want to watch it. I do. I think it'll be good. Hopefully.
I hope so. I can't tell if the wig is doing like the show a favor with its like marketing.
It's not even that bad. Why are you so fixated on the wig?
Dude, because everybody's fixated on the wig. Like every time I look at comments and stuff, everyone's just talking about the wig. And I'm like, yeah, it is really like
I don't get it. It's not that bad.
I think it's because we're just everything else Tom Holland has been in, he's had the same exact like haircut, you know? And now all of a sudden we see this like he looks like a different person. So I think
he needs to change at some point. Like,
he does.
He needs to change it up a little bit.
This is his this is his really character changing role, I guess. He's really
I really hope it's
changing
good.
it up here. I hope to. What's it on? Is it on like Apple again, like all of his other stuff? I haven't got a clue.
It might be.
Oh. I don't know. I just yet again I have way too many shows, so I don't know if I would ever get to that. But if you check it out, then let us know. If it's any
I'm
good.
even worse with shows, but yeah.
Yeah. I'll end with my goofy one. I'll start with this kind of boring one that like I don't even know. It's just stupid. The final Avatar movie will release in 2031. I just thought I'd say that for the 2 people out there that care.
Yeah. I have no interest in Avatar whatsoever. That franchise could just die right now, and I wouldn't give a shit. Like
it could. What's most annoying about it, because like James Cameron just seems to be so pretentious when it comes to his Avatar movies, and like what's most pretentious is spanning them out this far apart. Like that is somehow like just yet another way he's being pretentious with this. Like,
I mean, wasn't he like waiting to make a sequel like because he wanted technology to like advance or whatever? So like maybe he's just doing that every time.
That's true. But it's like, how old is he at this point? I mean,
he's gonna fucking die before 2031. Like,
probably. I mean, I don't know. That's less than 10 years away, so I doubt he'll die.
Like,
I mean, Clint Eastwood's like 90s.
Men only live to like 70, 80 or something, I would say.
I mean, that's true, but then in Hollywood, there's a lot of weird like cases to where
it's because they're all sacrificial vampires. That's why.
Exactly. Yeah, which we've talked about, I think. I mean, shit. Clint Eastwood's like in his late 90s. He's still
How
making
is that
movies.
man alive?
I don't know. I see. He seems like the type person that just like lived like a healthy, happy life to where like he lived that long naturally. But like people, and like Scorsese maybe too, even though he did drugs and shit, I'm sure. But like, yeah, some of these people, I don't know. I really don't know.
Clint Eastwood seems like the most like normal one in Hollywood.
He does. He seems like most down to earth, like just a regular old grandpa, you know?
Yeah.
Like he always seemed like that. Anyway, Avatar, I don't really care about either.
We'll do another one in Liam's TikTok is stupid corner. I feel like I just keep going on there, and like every time I get dumber, or I just like see dumber people and get more annoyed. But yeah,
that's what TikTok does.
Yeah, there was this like one thing that I scrolled across, and it was like clips from To Catch a Predator, like with Chris Hansen. I don't know if you ever watched any episodes of that, but like,
yeah, I would watch YouTube clips all the time.
Yeah, it's a good one. But
yeah,
my God, like, I did not expect to see this at all. But like, I went to the comments, and for some reason, like, everyone was just like, it's. If anyone doesn't know, To Catch a Predator is like they set up a whole like sting operation on pedophiles, and like they basically just get caught on live TV, basically.
Yeah.
So they posted a clip from that on TikTok, and some of the comments were just like, "But he looks like such a sweet guy. He looked like he was such a nice guy. Like he was talking nice, and like, you know, he has a nice smile. He's good looking." And like that's what everyone was saying in the comments. And I'm like, the dude fucks kids. What are you talking about? Are you kidding? Holy shit.
God, it's just like the whole Boston bomber situation all over again. I remember when that happened, and everyone was talking about how like hot the people were that did it.
Oh my God. How do you say that about something like that? Fuck
I
me.
swear, the internet just like desensitizes everybody, like all these kids, all these young people.
If
like,
they're like actually young people, like the people I looked at in the comments or whatever, like some of them are like, they look like they might be like kids or teenagers or whatever, and it's like, dude, like, be fucking careful out there, because with that kind of mentality, Jesus.
Exactly, it's not good.
Oh my God. I worry for these people sometimes.
I'm not surprised somehow. Yeah, I'm just not surprised that that's happening.
I don't know, that blew my mind when I saw that. I was like expecting everyone to be going like, yeah, fuck this guy, he's a piece of shit. And like, nope. It was like the majority of comments were saying how like good looking and stuff he was. I'm like, Jesus Christ.
Gosh, people are, I don't know. I'm losing faith in the internet, humanity, all of that.
Yeah, really. It's going downhill.
It is, and it's all because of TikTok.
It's not all because of TikTok.
TikTok is the vessel that these cretins come through. These people.
It's probably the worst of it, I would say.
It really is.
Yeah. But Twitter though. Twitter is something else.
Twitter's a cesspool too. It is.
I think Twitter is.
If you're in the right.
Twitter is like the dumbest people, whereas like TikTok is like more naive. I think like.
That's true.
Kind of block things out. I don't know.
Twitter is for people that think they're really smart, but they don't know what they're talking about. TikTok is for people that they aren't smart. They just watch whatever these videos are, I guess.
The kids, they need constant stimulation. That's why you gotta put fucking like soap cutting videos or whatever like underneath the actual clip you're trying to show. They can't pay attention for that long, I guess.
No. Wow. Well, yeah, so that's something. I actually just came across, as I was scrolling to my other topic, then I did see this new thing that just popped up, which I guess is worth mentioning. New Grammy rules say that only human creators can win. So like,
well, yeah, I should think so.
But apparently they weren't sure if they were or not before.
Why would you even announce that? That's just like, that should go without saying.
I guess, yeah, they introduced a new rule that bans music created solely by AI. So, like, I wonder what that means. Like, only,
how would you
AI.
award an AI if it's, like, purely AI music? What are you going to do? Like, give ChatGPT a fucking trophy?
There's just a robot that goes up onto the stage and just you hand it a trophy, and that's ChatGPT's spokesperson.
Unreal.
I don't know.
What the fuck?
Yeah, so I mean this makes perfect sense. I mean, I didn't even know that AI could be eligible, but no, they're not. So
they should never be
dodged a bullet there.
Jesus.
Yeah. It's always AI and TikTok. We just can never escape these topics. It's always something.
Always something. I wanted to do a little game thing, if you want.
Sure.
Because I was just like interested in this, and I like heard about it. But take a guess. Like, I mean, there's like a top 10 of this, and like, yeah, take a guess like which sites are in there basically. But like, yeah, what do you think are like the top 10 like most popular sites on the internet?
Most popular sites? I think Pornhub's probably one.
Yeah, take 10 guesses.
10?
Yeah, and remember, not apps. Sites.
So I'd think of 10 different websites.
Yeah, like if it's an app, like purely just an app, then it's not in there. But if it's a site as well as an app, then it's in there.
So it can be a site, but wait, it can just be a website. It doesn't have to be an app. Is that what you said?
Yeah, it's just sites. So like TikTok isn't a site; it's just an app. So that wouldn't be in there. Yeah.
Okay. All right. Well, Instagram, that's a website.
Mm-hmm.
Twitter, Facebook. Does Google count?
Yep.
Or is that just okay? Google. Like I said, Pornhub. Unfortunately, I don't get on it. I actually don't.
I didn't need clarification, but okay.
Just clarifying for my mom, I guess.
I do. I'm not ashamed.
Do I even know 10 websites? Bing?
Okay, Bing. You don't have to guess 10 if you just want to stop there, but...
no, I gotta know some... I'll go to my... I wonder if any of the streaming services, like Netflix...
Mm-hmm.
ChatGPT wouldn't be up there yet, probably. Reddit. I bet Reddit's one of them.
Okay.
How many am I at?
You got 2 more.
Oh, YouTube. How did I freaking forget YouTube?
Okay.
Oh my gosh. And then I'll just say like Gmail. I don't know. I'm naming just all the ones I use, which is what I assume everyone uses.
Yeah, you got 4 out of 10 right.
Wow. Which ones?
Well, I'll go from 10 to 1 if you like. Number 10 is WhatsApp.
Oh. Wait, so sorry, before you start, this is a list of like what the most used websites? Is that what you said at first?
Yeah. I don't know why I thought of this like topic at all. I was just like, you know.
No, that's interesting. I never thought about that. Yeah.
Yeah, WhatsApp, and then number 9 is yahoo.com.
People still use fucking Yahoo.
Apparently,
I was using that back years and years ago. Like I forgot about Yahoo.
Yeah, me too. But it's popular, I guess. Yandex.ru. I think that's for Russia, so it must be something in Russia, I'm guessing.
Probably, yeah.
Wikipedia is number 7.
Oh, of course. Of course.
Number 6 is Baidu.com, and I have no idea what the fuck that is.
Fuck that.
No clue. Number 5 is Instagram.
Of course.
Number 4 is Twitter. Number 3 is Facebook. That's the one you didn't get.
Wow. I guess Facebook.
You guess Facebook?
Yeah, I did.
Oh, well, 5
I said that after Instagram, Twitter, and whatever. It's fine.
Yeah. And then number 2 is YouTube, and 1 is Google.
Oh, so I got at least 5.
Yeah.
At least 5 or 6. I don't know.
If you would guess Yandex, I'd be surprised.
Yeah, or Baidu. Whatever the fuck those are. Oh my gosh.
I just thought that might have some interesting
Yahoo
trivia
threw
for
me
everyone.
off, though. Yeah, that is some interesting trivia.
Yeah, Yahoo's like still popular somehow.
There's a lot of old people out there with their old desktop computers that still get on Yahoo.
It sucks that Yahoo Answers got shut down. That was such an amazing place. Like, some people asked like the dumbest fucking questions on Yahoo Answers. It was crazy.
I remember. Oh, so that got shut down.
Yeah. They shut it down like a couple of years ago. There's
this website called Quora.
Quora.
Yeah. That's like a big thing, like too, like that.
And a lot of people on there are like just the same very dumb questions.
Yeah, they really are. I feel like everyone just goes to Reddit at this point for stuff like that. Even
probably.
Like Reddit does that a lot. Yeah, that was interesting. I need to think of more stuff like that. But I did have one last goofy story for the mini topics. So this man let's see. Yeah, I'm just thinking about how to preface this. A man faked his own death and shows up at his own funeral in a chopper to teach his family a lesson. This actually happened.
Is that what the fuck?
Yeah, so I'll just read the description here. A father fakes his own death to teach his family lesson. According to the New York Post, a Belgian man pulled off the prank of a lifetime when he faked his own death and showed up to his funeral by stepping off a helicopter instead of being carried out of a hearse.
Oh my god, that's so badass.
Imagine
just showing up and then like taking off sunglasses or something in slow motion. Like, hello, everyone.
What did his family do? That's what I want to know. But this guy's a TikToker apparently. TikToker David Burton, whatever. He, along with his wife and children, decided to orchestrate. Oh, so he was like collaborating with his wife and children about this. But decided to orchestrate this prank to prank his loved ones to see who actually cared about him. Let's see. Yeah, it was attended by dozens of family and friends. They waited for the ceremony to begin until they were met with the helicopter. Here's this quote. What I see in my family often hurts me. I never get invited to anything. Nobody sees me. We all grew apart. I felt unappreciated. That's why I wanted to give them a life lesson and show them that you shouldn't wait until someone is dead to meet up with them. He's got a point. He's got a point.
I mean, yeah, but you don't have to go that far.
You don't need to traumatize your whole family to teach them a lesson, I guess. But that's just hilarious. Yeah,
it does suck growing apart from people, but like you just got to speak up about it, I guess.
Yeah, you do. And like, but it is like that's what I've always thought too, though. Like people really never show that they care until that person's gone. You know, like it's rare that people show appreciation for somebody else like until like they die, which is sad.
I think we all forget to say thank you to each other sometimes.
We do.
We forget to appreciate and check up on each other. So I like to do that with my friends, but like I don't know, I can forget as well. We all forget.
We all forget.
Don't fake your own death, Quinn.
And stuff. No, I won't. I won't. But now this guy got me thinking. Like, man, I would love to just like see my own funeral. Like, who really?
I think everyone would. They'd be curious. Everyone's just curious about that shit.
He's got a point, but maybe don't go to that extreme.
I bet he did it just for a TikTok as well, though.
I bet too. I mean, otherwise, like they literally prefaced his name with TikToker David Burton or whatever his name was.
That's gonna be a new like prestigious title in the future.
It is. I just hope he didn't start like a new TikTok trend, like the fake your own death trend. Like this is gonna get out of hand.
Someone's gonna actually die accidentally or something. I bet.
Dude, people have. That's another thing I don't think we've talked about, but there's this like trend on TikTok. I don't think it's a thing anymore because kids have literally been dying from it. But like, it was this trend called chroming. I think. Did you hear about that?
I've heard the name. Yeah, I forgot what it was.
I can't remember because I really can't remember if like you brought it up on here or if I just saw it on my phone. But like, it was this. I don't know if kids were like. It was something with deodorant spray and like kids were like inhaling it or they were spraying they were spraying it on their arm and just like seeing how long they can spray it there.
Yeah,
I
remember
like
that.
Fucking third-degree burns and shit. Yeah. So
very stupid.
TikTok is just it's a grounding breed for just stupid.
A grounding
kids.
breed?
A breeding ground. Maybe I'm the stupid one. Never mind. Breeding ground.
I love how you do that right when calling other people stupid. Awesome.
It's a grounding breed for stupid people.
Episode name.
Oh, that's ironic. Oh, right. Maybe I should download TikTok. I'd fit right in, I guess.
You'd see some interesting things.
I don't have that kind of time on my hands anymore.
Yeah.
Anyway, that was the last of my stuff. So today we're talking about 2 multiverse movies, one Marvel, one DC. Were they good? Were they bad? Let's talk about it. So I think we should talk about Spider-Man first.
Okay. Yeah.
Just because that was the first one we saw out of both of these. So
yeah.
Yeah. So
have you seen it twice now or not?
I only saw it the one time.
Yeah,
just the one time in theaters.
I thought you saw it twice for some reason.
To be honest, I don't know if I'm ready to sit down and watch this just yet again. Like it was such a experience that like after it I'm like holy crap, and like I just don't know if I could watch that anytime soon again. Like not in a bad way, but
well, what did you think overall?
Well, long awaited sequel basically. It was good. I mean, I knew it was going to be good. I knew it couldn't be bad. I'm just trying to think of where to even start with this one. It's a lot. It's a big fucking experience.
I really liked it quite a lot. Yeah, it was just great seeing it on like a huge fucking screen with a amazing sound.
That's
like, oh.
You gotta. I mean, yeah, this is one of those animated movies that like it really does. The theater experience like makes it like see it in a theater. It's just, and yeah, the animation is amazing. I mean, people are calling it like one of the best looking movies ever made. Like, I mean, I would say it's one of the best looking animated movies ever made.
Yeah, probably. For sure. Honestly, it
is. Yeah.
Somehow.
But I can see why it took them like 5 years at this point before the movie came out. And like, yeah. But yeah, I mean, it was just really chaotic, really crazy, but entertaining, and just like very overstimulating. I can see why this this is the perfect time for a movie like this to come out, because not like talking shit about the movie or anything, but like these days, I mean, we were just talking about it with TikTok and all that stuff. People's attention spans are like, they're just like 5-second like reels and shit like that, and that's kind of what this movie is like. It's like just bam bam, like you're just like constantly being stimulated. And then there is slow moments to where like those slow moments really do stick out, because the whole rest of the movie is so fast. But
I saw like a guy like scrolling through TikTok and shit like on his phone during Guardians 3, like right in front of me. And I was like, fuck me, man, like how?
Guardians 3 was like how do you do that during that? Like, even that is like, it's not like a boring movie, and
I think it's just people like that don't really change, I guess.
They really don't. Like, why go to a movie if you're just gonna scroll through TikTok? But
God knows.
I mean, I don't know.
But yeah, this was very overstimulating. It's like,
it was
like some of the moments, like Jesus Christ, I was like, fuck, I'm having a seizure or something. But...
Exactly. Like, they better put hella warnings before this thing. Like, you're gonna have seizures, even if you're not prone to seizures, you still be careful. Like, I don't know. I was afraid. I was like, am I gonna have one for the first time watching this?
Now, what do you think about the people calling it the best Spider-Man movie? I can't imagine you agree.
No. I don't agree at all. Like, it's still a very good movie. It's still a very good Spider-Man movie, but people need to let it simmer down. Like, just let it wait for a bit. Think about it. Like, because I feel like so many people come out of the movie. Like, I've literally been seeing, I don't know if these were jokes or not, but I was seeing reels of like, as soon as the credits start rolling, then like it pans to like somebody's phone and they immediately rate it 5 stars and then start typing out it's the best thing ever. Yeah. And it was like, I mean, I've never even done that. Like, I've never like, right as the credits are rolling, I start typing up what I think. I mean, I usually wait at least 30 minutes, but yeah, it's just, I think a lot of it is recency bias, or just like the hype of coming out of the movie. Like, you're so stimulated with all these amazing visuals for 2.5 hours, and then you come out of it and you're like, that was the best thing ever. But no, I mean,
I really did love it though. Like, I thought it was fucking incredible, but
it's an incredible achievement for animation and stuff.
I don't think it's the best Spider-Man movie or anything, but I would say like I like it more than Into the Spider-Verse.
And that's fair.
Yeah, I think it's definitely up there for me, honestly. Like, I really did like it, but it's just, I don't know, it's not like completely perfect or like amazing like in every single way, I don't think.
If you were to take the Tobey movies like out of the ranking, then like would this be like number 1 then, or would this still not be? Or no, I guess No Way Home. Take No Way Home out of there too.
What? Well, yes.
I guess I shouldn't even keep taking things out. Like, then what's the point? But
if that was the case, then yes. Like, this is probably in my top 5.
Okay.
Yeah.
So just behind the Tobey movies and No Way Home, probably.
It's above No Way Home, I would say, honestly.
Oh wow.
Maybe.
Yeah, I think I like No Way Home a bit more than this, and I I even like Into the Spiderverse more than this, and I
Ooh.
just in this moment, just because I'm a sucker for like the start of things. It's not always the case. Like sometimes I like sequels more than the first movie, but I just liked the simplicity of Into the Spider-Verse. I thought that was like, it felt like more like an actual story. Like it felt like if the movie ended and we didn't get a movie after that, I'd still feel like satisfied. But whereas to this movie, this movie, the whole time I was entertained, but like the entire thing just feels like one big bridge just to get to something else. Like it's such a like middle movie to where if you took it out of the trilogy, I don't know if it would stand well on its own story wise, because it's like I'm trying to think like what really happened. Like a lot of stuff was introduced.
I saw you making that point, and like I can definitely understand that, but I just think there was so much about the movie that I loved, like character wise and stuff like that, and like setting up the whole world and shit, like worlds. But like I don't know, I thought it was really creative and interesting, and I just loved the ride. Like even if the story is a bridge, it's still a very good bridge, I think.
That's true. Yeah, still gotta definitely still appreciate that for sure. It's just not often though that like it's not often to where like a middle movie of a trilogy feels so only there to connect the other two movies. Like, and I'm not, to me that's just kind of like, I still really enjoyed it and it's still a good bridge like you said, but like The Dark Knight I can watch on its own every single time and I don't need to watch the other movies to really appreciate it, or like any middle movie like Spider-Man 2 or whatever. But
I guess those movies never really feel like they have like a super consistent story like the Dark Knight trilogy. Like,
right, they're kind of, that's true. I mean, they're really kind of like, here's one story with one villain, here's another story with another villain. Whereas this is like an ongoing like thing. Like you could probably sit down and watch binge these three movies, and it's like one big story. But
I mean, we might have to get into spoilers actually. Do you want to get into spoilers?
Maybe. Before we do that, we could talk about like some of the different spider people. Did you like the different spider people in this one more than like the ones in the first movie?
Yeah, there's so many. Like
I mean, there is a lot more. But I thought there was like almost the same, like there was like a hand, I mean there's obviously so many, but like we only focus on like a handful. Like you've got Spider-Punk, you've got
Spider-Gwen,
who's the
Miles.
Lady on the bike? Yeah, Miles,
the lady on the bike.
Gwen. Yeah, the lady on the bike, I can't remember her name. I mean, she was cool. The pregnant lady on the bike. That one Indian
I can't remember the names of any of these.
Exactly, I don't either. But like when it comes to the first movie, I remember like, oh, Noir Spider-Man, he's my favorite. And then like the Spider Pig, of course, and like
the anime one. Whose name I also don't remember.
That's true. But like I don't know, at this moment, maybe it's because I do need to rewatch or think more about the second movie, but I really liked the characters and the story of like the first one, and also just how grounded it kind of felt. Like the first one, even though it's crazy, it somehow felt pretty grounded. Like the enemy is just Kingpin.
This one is a very different story. Like it is way more out there and it's like fucking crazy, but
it is.
I mean, I like that element of it. I like it when it gets fucking crazy like this. And I have to like say as well, like I think it is such a good villain setup. Honestly, I really do, because it's like this guy starts out as a fucking joke of a character, the Spot I'm talking about. He's just such a joke and such a goofball, and you're like, oh, this is like just a little side villain for the start of the movie or whatever. But he just keeps building and building, and you're like, what the fuck? Hello.
I know so cool. That was pretty cool.
I really liked him the more it went on. Yeah, like fuck man.
No, that's true. He was. I mean,
I like villains like that where it's like you feel like it's just, you know, kind of just a gimmicky goofball of a character, but then it's like, oh no, this is serious shit.
Yeah, it's I thought he was just gonna be kind of a throwaway villain to like start off the movie with, but then I didn't realize he was gonna be a much bigger part, because I thought that like that other Spider-Man, Miguel something.
Miguel
the
O'Hara?
Oscar Isaac Spider-Man. Yeah, Miguel O'Hara. Yeah. I thought that he was gonna be like Which, I mean, he is kind of like a separate villain in a way, like he's trying to stop Miles. I mean, he's not really a straight up villain, but I mean, you know what I mean. So
I have to say as well, like, God, Oscar Isaac can voice act. Holy shit. Like, some of his scenes, I was just like, man, I love this guy's voice. He's just becoming one of my favorite actors. I love him.
He is so good. He is.
Fuck yeah.
Yeah.
And he's 3 different people in Marvel now.
Exactly. Yeah, you got Apocalypse, Moon Knight, and now Miguel O'Hara.
Hell yeah. Get that paycheck, my boy.
Oh yeah, he's definitely, between Marvel and Star Wars, he's definitely
rolling in it. Yeah.
He is. I mean, just wait till they bring him in DC. I'm sure they'll put him as something in DC.
I would not complain.
I wouldn't either. He'd probably be the best part of it. Mm-hmm. But yeah, I guess who was some standout Spider people in this one before we get into spoilers?
I would say, like, it's fuck, I don't know.
I don't know.
I love
all
Miles.
Just equally cool.
I love Miles. I think Miles is like developed really well, and I love him as a character. And Spider-Gwen, I think she's fucking great too. But like, in terms of like the side ones, like Spider-Punk was a lot of fun. I liked it.
Yeah, everybody's been loving Spider-Punk. Yeah, I liked all of them pretty much, but there was none that like I really helped. Like there was no Nicolas Cage Spider Noir for me in this. Like to me, that was just so much fun for the first movie. But
I think Spider-Punk was like the sort of fun like thing in this one, like similar to Spider-Man Noir or whatever.
Yeah.
But he wasn't like as fun as Spider-Man Noir, because that was like something else. I really liked him.
Yeah, that was. No, I guess we can get into spoilers, because I'm not sure. It's hard to avoid them.
Do the thing.
Spoilers for Across the Spiderverse.
Yeah.
All right. Where to start with that?
I think like there is like one problem that I do have with the movie, and it is that like I don't really agree completely that it's like a bridge movie like as a whole, but I do think that like toward the end it does become that a little bit too much, because it's like it sets up for like such a long time at the end. Like it feels like it goes on for like 20 minutes or something, and I was just like, come on, get on with it.
That's exactly, it felt like, because I heard that there was a big cliffhanger and before seeing it, and I was just, it felt like at least 5 times. It's kind of like the Return of the King ending, to where like there's like 5 different endings, to where like oh, the music's building and like it's, you know, this is happening, and then all of a sudden, nope, cut to the next scene. I'm like, oh, I thought that was the fucking end, and it did that 5 times, and I'm like, I was holding in my bladder the entire movie, because like I didn't want to go to the bathroom, I didn't want to miss anything. So I was, by the end of it, I was so kind of irritated. I'm like, just wrap it up. I know you're gonna leave it on a cliffhanger, just wrap it up.
Do you think if your bladder was fine, you would have like liked it more?
No, it didn't upset me like that. That didn't affect that. It really didn't.
I think that like that last scene, basically, where there's that big reveal of like the other guy being like Miles being the Prowler, right?
Yeah,
like him becoming that. It took so long to get to the point of that scene. I was just like, come on, like it doesn't need to take this long. And what made me upset as well, me upset as well was just that like when that scene starts, like they put like the needle drop on the record or whatever, and that song that was playing, I fucking love that song so much. So I was like kind of conflicted. I'm like, I love this song and it's great, but please just get on with it. Fuck.
It's just, I totally saw it coming too. Like I knew that once that other Prowler was introduced, I'm like, yep, it's gonna be Miles. This is the bad universe. And just kind of like they really were building up that reveal, and I'm like, I knew it. I kind of saw that coming.
Yeah, it just didn't need to take that long, I didn't think.
It really didn't.
If it was shorter, like I probably would have liked it a bit more, but like that's for me, that's probably like my only big problem with it. Otherwise, I did really love the movie as a whole.
Yeah, and I mean, there's a lot of reasons to love the movie, like more reasons than not to. I just maybe when the third movie comes around, you know, that can always like make the bridge movie even better for me. Or like,
that's true.
For instance, like Dune Part 1, that movie feels like a whole movie just there to set up the next movie, which is why I didn't like it that much. But maybe when Doom Part 2 comes back, maybe I'll finally change my mind about Doom Part 1. I don't know.
Yeah.
So like I've
been really wanting to rewatch Dune. I don't know why. Like I've had the itch for some reason. Like I just want to see it again.
I kind of want to also, honestly. Like I kind of when does Dune Part 2 come out? It is this year, isn't it?
Is it? I don't know.
I think it's this year.
I thought it was next
if it's
year. I might be wrong. I'm probably wrong.
I mean, I have no idea. But if it is this year, then I guess, I don't know, maybe we could talk about both of them. Because then that'll give me a reason to rewatch the first one.
Yeah, true.
But no, great movie, good movie.
What did you rate it?
I came away rating it a 4 out of 5, and I felt very confident in that. But then, I'm not going to lie, yesterday, then like, I thought more and more about it, and I'm like, I don't like it as much as Into the Spider-Verse. It's still a good movie. I wouldn't rate it super low or anything, but until I rewatch it or like something changes, I just felt like this is a good movie. So I rated it. I dropped it to a 3.5, but that's still good for me. It's just, but when it's, I mean, come on, when you look at everybody else's ratings, fucking everybody's giving it 5 stars, and it's the highest rated thing on Letterboxd right now.
You're still giving it a positive score. You shouldn't be like scolded for that or anything. Like,
it's just weird how even at a 3.5 score, you feel like such the odd man out, because it is like the highest rated thing on Letterboxd. But I don't care.
It's not going to stay that way. I doubt it will.
No. It was funny how that caused such like an uproar. Like, so many people were like, yeah, it deserves to be, and then other people were like, this just proves that so many kids use Letterboxd. And it's like,
you pretentious,
it's not going to be that way forever. yeah.
Ugh.
Like, that spot has changed so many times, like the number 1 spot. So
yeah, it's not that big of a deal.
Yeah, it's just the newest, most popular liked thing right now. That's the only reason why. But
well, I like came out of the movie, like, I mean, I was sitting there for a while, like, just waiting for post-credit shit, but like right when it ended, I was just like, fuck, like, holy fuck, like, I was in love with it, and I was like, 10 out of 10, 10 out of 10, but like, the more I think about it, I think it's like a 9 out of 10 for me right now, probably, but yeah,
which is,
it's still like really positive, obviously.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, a 10 out of 10 is a big deal for like a lot of us. I mean, you and me included, I'm sure. So like, we don't give out that score just like willy-nilly, like right away, like, oh, 10 out of 10. We have to think about it. But I mean, it's just, I don't know.
I thought it was great, but I hope that the third one's even better.
I hope so too. I mean, if the third one is even better, then that's pretty crazy that like a trilogy that everyone thinks only gets better and better, because that usually doesn't happen. But
it better be
great. I mean, imagine if it was like not good. Like that would suck. I just can't imagine that. So
well, I thought this movie was gonna suck initially, because the trailer like was really bad. Like I just thought the trailer was like awful.
Trailers are just they really are not great these days for a lot of things.
But that proves that I should just avoid trailers, honestly, because the trailer enjoy it a lot.
The trailer can make a movie like look like a completely different thing sometimes. It's pretty crazy.
One other thing I just wanted to touch on as well was, like, you know how they did that whole thing of like looking at like different universes and stuff, and we saw like Toby and Andrew and shit.
yeah
like that looks just, I can't get on board with that look. It just looks so weird when it's mixing it with animated. I was just like, I don't know about that.
Or kind of like when Donald Glover was
that too
in there too. That threw me off, and for a second I was like, like, yeah, that's Donald Glover, that's cool. But then I'm like, it looks so weird. It just looks so out of place mixing live action with this type of animation.
I thought it was done really well with like the whole, like, the spot jumping through different universes, like at the start. That was fucking cool, and I was like, this is awesome. But like,
and when he goes to the Legoverse, I thought that was actually
that was
pretty
so
funny.
Cool.
Yeah.
I was like just mind blown at that point. I was like, what the
That
fuck?
was pretty cool. I liked that too.
Yeah.
But yeah, it kind of felt like, oh well, we gotta throw Toby and Andrew in there to
that's what that felt like. Yeah.
It's all that felt like. And it's like, if there's endless spider people, then like, why would they still focus on these two random Spider-Men if there's like endless multiverses? It's only for the fans.
Yeah,
which is fine.
It was a fan servicey thing, and I wanted them to just have it in the background like everything else, rather than just focusing on it. And I was like, once they did that, I was like, come on.
And especially after No Way Home, like even though that was like 2 years ago, then, which is crazy by the way, was No Way Home 2021?
Yes, it was.
Holy fuck, how's that already been 2 years? This is crazy.
We're just getting old.
I think so.
Wait, was it 2021? Now I'm confused.
I think it was.
We talked about it, didn't we, on like episode 5?
Oh man, I'm having a Mandela effect moment or something. It was 2021, but we did talk about it.
I guess we just talked about Spider-Man movies in general for no reason. It wasn't that it just came out.
I guess
because that was a whole Spider-Man dedicated episode. So
it was. Yeah, that's true. I'm
something of a podcaster myself.
So it's just even after No Way Home, what I was getting at with that is that like it kind of like it makes these cameos look like, oh yeah, well we already saw them come back in No Way Home, so like I'm not that blown away. But like, oh, it's Toby, it's Andrew. I mean, they're just like, it's just images of them. It's not like they actually showed up. But yeah.
Like I can only take so much fan service sometimes. Like
yeah.
Sometimes it's just like, come on.
Yeah, sometimes it is, but no, overall it wasn't too heavy-handed on the fan service like all multiverse movies seem to be now. Yeah, I mean, we're talking about The Flash later too, but I don't know. No, more good than bad with this movie for sure.
Yeah. I liked it more than you, but like, yeah,
That's
I can
fine,
still acknowledge that it has some problems for sure.
Yeah, and great soundtrack too, by the way. I didn't mention that. But
oh,
soundtrack,
dude.
Just like the first movie.
I have not stopped listening to Am I Dreaming? That fucking song. Oh my god.
Yeah. It's just it's really good. I like the artists that they get to do these. So
great soundtrack.
Very good. But The Flash. That's what we'll talk about next. Yeah.
We've talked about
Ezra
this a lot
Miller.
before this, I guess. Like
we did
mentioning it.
I mean, yeah, it's always weird to talk about the actual movie, like, because like months building up to it, we're always talking about it. And now we finally get to talk about it. But this was a mixed bag for me. It was definitely a mixed bag.
It's another example like where I liked it more than you, and probably we're probably gonna differ on a lot of stuff, I would think. But yeah,
probably. But I had fun with it. I actually did have fun with it. I was definitely never super like, what's the word?
Bored?
Never what? Bored? Yeah, maybe not bored. But I was never like bored or like upset by like any choices of the movie. Like I was never like, because there's a lot of times to where, like Shazam 2, I was kind of bored watching.
I still haven't even watched that. I basically just skipped it.
You did? That's not often that we just skip a superhero movie.
I want to watch it. I will, but I just did not want to see it in theaters because I didn't give a fuck.
I feel so bad too because like Zachary Levi seems like a good guy and the movie just bombed. And it was not making this about Shazam 2, but even though I was really bored during that movie, it is a totally serviceable superhero movie. It's just so kind of generic that that's its only issue. But this wasn't. I don't think this was like a generic movie or anything.
I don't think that is one thing that I'll fight people on. I don't think you can call it generic. It actually really tried. Like
it really did try.
It may have failed in some places for people, but it fucking tried. It really did.
Yeah, and it's also an extremely, whether we all like it or not, we can't deny that it definitely is still a flawed movie. Like I don't know if I could see. Like I see people giving this 5 stars, some people, and I just don't see it.
I think it's a love it or hate it movie. It really is.
It really is.
Like and I kind of loved it, but I mean, I will totally acknowledge there are definitely problems.
It's so weird that it's a love it or hate it movie, because I'm like one of the few people then that really did land right in the middle. Like true. I loved some things about it, but I kind of hated some things about it too. Yeah. So I'm kind of like split, but
there are things I hated for sure. Like I mean, right out the bat, and I think it's what a lot of people are talking about, is the CGI.
Yeah, the CGI was so bad.
Some places it was okay and stuff, but like, I mean,
oh man,
it had a really rough start. I'll say that. Like the baby scene, what the fuck? What the fuck was that?
I'll give it that though. Like I was actually trying to hold back laughter in the theater. Like as I saw all the babies falling from the building, I was literally like kind of laughing to myself.
I think everyone must have been. Like, it just did not look good. Like, at all.
I mean, to me, it wasn't even... I'll be honest, to me, it wasn't even the fact that it didn't look good. I didn't even, like, focus in on some of the CGI in that scene. But it was just, like... I don't think I've seen any movie to where babies are just falling out of a building.
Yeah, like, it's so stupid, but, like...
It is so stupid. I'm like,
it's very silly. But it did not look good at points.
It is. It was. What was so funny about it is how how over the top it was, to where every baby it was like an ongoing joke. Like every baby he looked at, like there's acid about to pour on this one, and then he looks at another. There's knives coming right down on that one, and then he looks and there's like this one. There's a blowtorch coming.
I know,
to that
it's
one.
so silly, but it's
great. It is. It's. It was so fucking goofy, but like I liked that, I guess.
Yeah, I think that element of it, like it's fun to laugh at, but it just did not look good. That's all.
Yeah, it's just, no, it really didn't. I think everybody can get on board with the fact that, man, the CGI is just not ready.
And even some of the things with like Batman in that opening scene as well. Like I don't know what it was, but Ben Affleck's face in that suit looked.
Wasn't
really
it weird? I thought it was weird too. I was like, there were some shots. I'm like, is that even him? That looks weird. He looks really weird and rough.
Yeah.
But maybe that was either CGI or a stunt double or like a stand-in or something. I don't know. But it's kind of weird because like I noticed this too. Like people gave the 2017 Justice League so much shit because of like the Marvel style humor, the Joss Whedon humor added in.
It's I could shit on that movie for a lot of things.
Right, but like everybody kind of gives it shit because they added in so much like comedy that wasn't there, and they make fun of it because it's cringy. But like when Wonder Woman saves Batman and the Flash in that opening scene, like that felt like Joss Whedon humor, and I'm like, so people are liking
do you mean
this,
like
but
with
they didn't like that.
Do you mean like with the truth lasso thing?
With like the truth lasso and like how they're kind of like making Batman just like
I had a little
bumbling and weird. I mean, it was funny. I set that up as like people don't like that, but like I actually liked some of this is my unpopular opinion. I actually don't mind a lot of the humor in that 2017 Justice League. I don't think it's that bad.
I can't even remember it enough to comment, honestly, because I just want to get that movie out of my head. But
yeah,
like,
I mean, but the humor was like...
I think the humor, like, overall in this movie was really good, honestly. But like, during that scene though, like, the only part that like bothered me the most was just the eye roll of like, oh, it's Wonder Woman.
Yeah, exactly.
Wow.
Like we gotta throw fucking within 10 minutes of the movie, we see Wonder Woman, Batman.
Like it's just you see the lasso come down, and then it's like that shot of
yeah.
her, and like the music kicks in, and I'm like,
did they play her theme that they always play every time she shows up?
I just eye rolled. I was like, okay, hello.
Yeah, it's like it's so funny that every time you see Wonder Woman, it's always that same theme. It's like switch it up. It was cool at first, and now it's overdone.
Yeah,
but and it's also weird how she keeps showing up in all these DC movies. Like, just every single. I can't go on about. You haven't. I can't spoil anything. Never mind. About a DC movie that you may have not seen recently, but
well, anyway. Now I know she's in Shazam too. Thank you.
She's literally in it for like one scene. Yeah.
She's in this for one scene. I didn't give a shit.
Exactly. It's like some weird ass contract, but And I don't mind, honestly, I don't mind when like all these superheroes cross over into each other's movies, even if it's for barely any reason, like, because I've always thought like it is a big universe with all these characters and in the comics and all that, like they're always crossing paths, so why not make use of that? But sometimes it feels just kind of throwaway, like this Wonder Woman thing.
But I mean, the movie, like, I just thought, like, because, like, the main reason that I liked it, I think, is just because, like, when multiverse shit is done in this kind of way, I really love it, because it went fucking hard. Like, it just, I don't know, like, they did, like, everything they possibly could with this one. They just went into so many different fucking crazy ideas that I didn't imagine would actually happen, but I was just like, those parts of it I just really loved, like how much Barry fucked up everything, basically.
Yeah, he really did fuck up everything.
But it's so good though, like, I don't know, I just had so much fun watching it.
There was a lot of fun moments, but I think what really I noticed bogged down the movie for me and just like put it to a halt, and like I was like, this is excruciating, can we move on from this, was everything, and maybe you liked this, maybe a lot of people did, but everything with Barry and his alternate self, all of that, all those interactions, I was kind of just annoyed, and I'm like, there's two Ezra Millers now, they're kind of annoying.
Yeah, I'm
like,
not gonna lie,
goofing off.
I completely disagree. I loved their chemistry. I just thought it was awesome.
Man.
Like,
there were points where I liked their chemistry later on, like after, I think the turning point, and I'm not getting into spoilers yet, was like when they're in the Batcave and like they're kind of like he's yelling at himself, you know, saying like, you're always like this and you're always like that, and like,
yeah,
you know, and then like there's that conflict, but like everything before that, like when they're trying to get him back, his powers back, and I'm really treading lightly on is this spoiling or not, but everything like trying to get his powers back, or like them goofing off in like the apartment and like, oh, trying to learn his powers, like I'm like, this is, I know you have to do this, but it's like, can we just speed it up?
I thought it was so much fun. Like, I just loved them doing all that weird shit, like he has to like put him in a specific position to like give him his powers and all that, and like he doesn't know what the fuck's going on half the time. Like, I was just like, this is so goofy and awesome. I love it. And
the idea
I think
fun,
also,
but...
like the idea of like Barry, like he's a character who's just always goofing off and like taking things as they come, and like not really caring all that much about things, but like, you know, the only thing that like forces him to like be serious is like seeing himself from like an outside perspective, I guess. And I think that's like a really smart writing choice.
It is. It's very like, no, I mean, that's good character building, like, you know. So I definitely like the idea, but it's just that some of the execution, or just maybe some of the, like, just how like, because if you're looking, like, if I was looking at this and like wondering what could you cut out so that the movie's a bit tighter and not like almost 2.5 hours long, I would say like, just, and it was kind of funny, but like when they were in the apartment and they were just like talking about like how he fucked up the universe, like they kept going on and on about how like Eric Stoltz is Marty McFly.
Yeah, that scene
like,
bothered me a bit. It went on a bit much.
Like, it was funny, but then they kept riffing on it and like going on and on and on, and I'm just like,
that one went on for way too long. I'll agree.
Yeah, there were just some jokes that maybe went on a bit too long, or some things like that, and I don't know. I mean, I definitely didn't hate those moments, but they were just my least favorite moments. Once they get in, and I'm sure we'll get in spoilers soon, but like once they get to the Batcave, everything gets better from there for me. It's just the first portion of the movie was kind of rough for me to get through.
Fair enough. We can get to spoilers if you like.
Sure.
Spoilers for The Flash.
Okay.
Yes. What first?
I know, it's always so hard to think about. Where do you start with a movie like this? Like,
I thought Michael Keaton was awesome.
Yeah, Michael Keaton was fun to see. He was like, that was like a nice, like, once you saw him, and like you saw him in the bat suit and saw the bat cave and like the Danny Elfman score, and like even though I don't love those old Batman movies, like it did give me that warm feeling, like, oh yeah, the nice Danny Elfman score. It's
I've
like
only
that
seen
Batman.
one of them. I still have to continue. But
Just the first one?
I've only seen the first one.
Yeah, same here. But no, I liked that. He was
I thought like the whole scene, like where he's in that place where they're keeping Supergirl and he's just like beating the living shit out of people.
Oh, that was awesome.
Like, it was so well choreographed. I was like, this is Batman. This is great.
It was. Like, why couldn't we get more of Ben Affleck's Batman doing that type of shit? You know?
I think he's just done with the character. Like, I don't know.
I don't know.
Like,
I don't know. But I don't know.
I think he has actually like said he's not wanting to come back or anything. And like, I'm honestly not mad. I don't think he's great anymore.
I don't know if it was. I thought he had the potential to be great. I just
he
thought
definitely
it was like
did.
a lot
Yeah.
of the writing and just like the story of like stuff like Batman v Superman and just like the Justice League and stuff like that really didn't do him justice.
Yeah, that's very true.
And I know that you still have to watch the Snyder cut, and I know maybe you're not looking forward to that, right? But like,
I don't even want to. I don't think I will.
No, but as somebody like I said, who I used to really like hate Zack Snyder's style, and like I was really not thinking I would like it. They do much better stuff with those characters, and I think Batman is better. He's better in the Snyder cut. All the characters are better in the Snyder cut. Like it is insane how much they changed from the original movie. Like the entire climax is completely different, and there's even some crazy stuff that the Flash does. So like, I think you should check it out. I mean,
maybe I will at some point. I'm just not in a rush, you know.
No, yeah. I guess they brought back, huh?
Oh,
or go ahead.
I was just gonna say, people are like raving about Supergirl as well.
Oh yeah. I thought I liked her. I actually liked
she was
Supergirl.
good. She was good. I just don't think she was amazing. She wasn't really in it that much. Like
exactly.
That's what's kind of confusing
me.
me.
That was I think. Yeah, they just needed to give her some more stuff to do, some more screen time, like,
probably,
because you really only have them rescuing her, that cool fight scene on like outside, and then when like maybe some lines of her when they're in the Batcave, and then just the big fight with Zod, and like that's it. So like she doesn't really do much, and even Michael Keaton I feel like could have done more, or like I thought that,
yeah.
But.
Yeah. But I do like that.
I
do like that at the end of the day, they don't forget that it's the Flash. Like it's his movie. I think.
Yeah.
So
no, which is
I like that they focused on that. Like I mean, that's the whole reason that all this stuff happened. You know, he wants to see his mother again and all that shit. Mm-hmm. And like that part of it was really, really good. Like I thought they handled the emotions of that whole thing really well.
They did. Yeah, that
I did
was
tear up at
really
one point.
Handled well.
So that's something.
Wow. The Flash, that made you tear up, which is good. That's good. It didn't make. I mean, I wish it affected me like that, but.
And I'm not even gonna lie. Like I just have to say it. I think Ezra Miller was fantastic.
Yes.
He's a good actor.
Separating the art from the artisan. Yeah. No, he was fine. I thought he was good.
Great. I really liked him. Honestly,
he was good. I thought everybody was good, even Michael Shannon, who was just phoning it in, basically.
Yeah.
I just love these fucking Michael Shannon like memes and stuff. By the way, but
he's said in like interviews about like coming back and stuff, and I don't know. He seems like he's really feeling weird about it, but
he just did not seem like into it at all, and like he even like would only go in if he had Zack Snyder's like permission to, because he respected like the character and the story of Man of Steel so much that which like I'll give it to him. Like Zod was way better in Man of Steel, obviously. He felt that's kind of the weird thing about this movie, like the whole Zod stuff, it kind of felt like such a like kind of a forced afterthought, like why are we still bringing back, like all of a sudden like the TVs start popping up with Zod stuff, and it's like, okay, this just came out of the blue, like why did we go back to this specific time? And also like just like it was so weird. It was like he didn't even seem like he was there in some of these scenes, Zod, because I couldn't tell what was CGI, what was like past footage. I'm like, So it just kind of felt like a generic villain to throw in there, even though he's not a generic villain. So like, I don't know.
I don't think there is much of a like set villain here though. Aside from that,
I think
I guess the villain is time.
The villain is time, and the villain is, for a bit, the villain is actually Barry's future self, isn't it? That purple
we gotta
guy
talk
was
about
actually Barry. Yeah, that was
that was crazy. I mean, isn't that basically Reverse Flash? Is that what that was?
No, I don't think that.
Or it was.
If that was, then it didn't remind me at all of Reverse Flash.
Maybe it's not. Yeah.
I mean, I hope it's not, because like that just didn't give me Reverse Flash the feeling that was him.
I think it's just very worn down Flash after trying so hard for so long.
That's true.
But that's that's a sad thing as well. Like, he's just trying so fucking hard, like, every time, and just wearing himself out. Like, I felt bad.
That is pretty sad. So I guess that would make more sense as opposed to being Reverse Flash, because Reverse Flash is an entirely different guy. Yeah, like, it's not Barry. So I'm glad they didn't, even though it's kind of weird that they went this route with the story, because like, even though this is based off the Flashpoint comic, Reverse Flash is a big part of that, and he's kind of, Reverse Flash is what kills Barry's mom, but they didn't even like go into that with this. So I don't know. I mean, he totally could have been like the main villain of this, but instead they brought back Zod, and it's like, what are we doing? But
I mean, I think when it gets to that point of like seeing that very worn down version of Barry, I was just like, this is what I appreciate about the multiverse stuff, when it goes this extra and like it gets to a point where it's like actually just kind of like a miserable existence, you know? Like, I like that. I thought it was like really interesting. But I will say I did not really like when they brought all of these things back, different like multiverses and shit, and like
when it showed all the worlds and shit. That was totally, yet again, that was like a Toby and Andrew moment. Like, you don't need to show that, but you did just for the fans. I feel
it went too far. It went way too far.
It did. You got the Christopher Reeves and the old Supergirl, and then I mean, they really could have done the CGI better, and I hope
way better. This is where it looked the worst, I think. Like that.
And I hope that like the families gave them permission to like use, their dead relatives in a movie. Like, that's always so weird, And then Nicolas Cage Superman, which was cool, I guess, but it wasn't him. It was CGI. Like, I was expecting to see actually Nicolas Cage in the suit, because that's what I got spoiled for me, was that casting when I looked through the cast list. Yeah, I saw Nicolas Cage.
I thought you got like the very end spoiled, and I was like,
no,
please no.
I did actually, that too. I saw both of them, but I was more focused on Nicolas Cage. So I was like, Nicolas Cage is coming back as Superman. Like, maybe I will love this. Or not even coming back, but he's finally getting his chance to play Superman. But
it's not really.
No, it was just a fucking CGI like PS2 cutscene of him. Like, it was.
It's just like, it's just there for a meme, basically. Like, people who know the meme, I guess.
Yeah, it's not even him. It's just his likeness in CGI form. So
it's just
it was kind of weird. It was kind of out of place. But I don't know, whatever, it's fan service. Like, that's my issue with multiverse movies at this point, is that it's starting to feel like the concept of the multiverse is now just being used as a big excuse for these studios to bring back nostalgic stuff just to sell the movie, if that makes any sense. Like, bringing back Michael Keaton's Batman, I know that he served some of the story, but like, even if he wasn't in there, you could still have a movie without him. And it just kind of feels like a big get out of jail free card for like, we're going to bring back this guy and this guy because, the multiverse is a thing.
If it's not always nostalgia focused, I will like it. Like, say if they fucking, I don't know, they had in Across the Spiderverse, they had like, I don't know, Doctor Strange from the MCU in there. Like, that's a multiverse thing where it's like, it's not nostalgic, but it is like seeing another character, and it's kind of cool to see another character sometimes.
Yeah.
Like, it doesn't always need to be about nostalgia, and I think that's what they're kind of forgetting sometimes. Like,
Yeah. I mean, it's very fine line between what's nostalgia and what's like what has a reason for being there. Like, you know, I mean, because like, yeah, they could have used Ben Affleck's Batman for all the Michael Keaton stuff in this probably, but they didn't decide to do that. But it was fine. I mean, it's not like it upsets me or anything. It's just the multiverse stuff is like it's like it's desensitizing me to seeing all these new, older actors come back, which we'll talk about. We got to talk about George Clooney. Like,
yeah, that I liked that. That shocked me. I was like, no fucking way they got George Clooney. Holy shit.
Oh, I'm maybe I would have liked the movie more if I didn't have that spoiled for me, because I was so upset. I'm like, by the end of it, I was preparing myself. Like, I was just like preparing myself to kind of laugh, like, see, that's George Clooney.
Yeah.
Because like everyone,
I was in
so
shock. Disappointing.
I would be too, because and it was so disappointing because like everyone around me in the theater was like oh and like oh and like just all these reactions, and I was just like, man, I wish I didn't fucking have that spoiled for me. So
don't look at the cast list next time.
I know, I'm never looking at the cast list again for anything like this. Isn't it funny how like both of the endings of Across the Spiderverse and the Flash, they both end with like, I'm in the wrong universe. Yeah. And this one's so goofy though. It's just like George Clooney walking up to you.
I'm wondering if like a sequel to the Flash will just be like him and George Clooney like trying to sort everything out from there or something. That would be really cool, honestly.
I don't know if they would actually. I mean, they can't possibly be thinking about bringing back George Clooney's Batman, are they? I thought that was just like a little joke.
I wouldn't be mad if they did. That's all I'm saying. I love multiverse shit when it gets this crazy.
Yeah.
So
you know what would have made that ending even better though?
What?
As if, I mean, George Clooney was fun, but if you brought Christian Bale, if I saw Christian Bale walk up,
that's the thing. I don't think he would do it.
Yeah, I don't think he would do it either. But well, shit, he did Thor: Love and Thunder, so what won't he do at this point? You know,
hey, that's like a different universe completely. I just don't think he would want to bring the Batman character back for him.
Oh, yeah, maybe not. Maybe that's, yeah.
And I wouldn't really want to see it either, honestly.
I mean,
like the fact that
it's just,
I mean, that kind of also introduces like the back of your mind like thought when you watch the Dark Knight trilogy now, like this is in a multiverse technically. Yeah. It's just kind of makes you go, I don't know.
Yeah, that's true. Part of me wants like that whole trilogy to never be touched again. Like, yeah. It's just this perfect thing for me that I just want it to be like its own thing.
Me too.
But man, I don't know. It's just if you're gonna go nostalgia, if you're gonna go fan service, just fucking do it and just give me what I want, I guess, you know. Like, I'm not attached to George Clooney's Batman. Like, that was such a weird choice, but it was
a good choice. Like,
it was a good choice
because
like,
it's so unexpected. Like
it was. And what I don't understand is, why did his tooth fall out at the end? Do you remember
he glued it on in the middle?
He did glue it on?
Yeah, because he lost it.
That part?
He lost it while trying to like get himself his powers back, I think.
Oh my god, I went to the bathroom at that part. That was the one part I went to the bathroom. So you can imagine me at the end.
Yeah, you must have been confused.
I was so confused. I'm like, why did his tooth just fall out and then that's it? So fuck. That was the one part of the movie I went to the bathroom. It was when they were just, because I knew, I was like, okay, this is the part where they're trying to get their powers back. I know it's gonna happen. I'll go to the bathroom. But damn. It was fun. I will say it was a fun movie. I actually did have fun with it. Some of the story choices, I was like, I would have done differently, I guess.
Yeah, that's fair. I think it's very, very flawed, but I did have a lot of a great time, honestly.
Very flawed but fun. Yeah, flawed but fun. Gosh, I did a DC ranking the other day, and maybe the more I talk about the Flash, I should probably adjust my spot, because I didn't. It was a fun movie. I did have fun with it. So yeah, I'm gonna have to change that ranking. I'm glad we talked about that, because I didn't want to post that.
I don't think I've put it in my ranking yet, but honestly,
I have it in my 2021 or 2023 movie ranking, but I don't have it. Like, I need to change my DC ranking.
My DCEU ranking right now is like the Suicide Squad at the top for sure, but
Yeah.
It's not letting me see my thing, so I don't know what's under that. I'm pretty sure right under that was like Wonder Woman, like the first one. And
Yeah,
I would probably
top 3 for me.
I would probably put The Flash just above that, honestly, because I just had so much fun with it. So
yeah,
I mean, I'm not a big DCEU fan, but I'm
right.
sure I will be
I was about
after
to say,
this.
Yeah, I mean, I was about to say it's not like a high bar that they set. So like my top three or four DCEU is like the only ones I actually like.
Yeah.
Like really like out of
in my top
now?
4 is Black Adam, and I didn't even like that much. Like,
it's so like, so that's why when I was putting together my ranking, I'm like, this seems very high for this movie, but it's because like all the others are still so bad. So like, I don't know.
I'm very much looking forward to where it'll go from here, though. But the only thing that's kind of weird, though, is like right after this, Blue Beetle is coming out.
Yeah.
So like that just kind of seems like a little filler thing. It doesn't really seem like it's part of the new like universe and stuff. And I think the new one is going to be that like Superman movie that James Gunn is writing.
I actually heard that Blue Beetle, and this is even a weirder choice for me. I thought that Blue Beetle is going to be the start of the new universe.
Is it really?
That's what I've been told. Yeah.
See, I saw the trailer before The Flash, and I was just like, this looks just very generic and like its own thing, kind of. So I was just like, is this gonna
be? Apparently, it's James Gunn is involved in it, and it's the start of the DCU, like not the DCEU, but DCU. I hope it's good too. But man, that trailer, the Blue Beetle trailer did not sell me. I thought it looked honestly, I thought it looked really lame and generic. So I really hope it proves me wrong.
Yeah, it really did.
But
I hope it's good.
But hey, apparently, yeah. But hey, this is the clean slate we've been wanting, I guess, right?
Yeah, I'm not really gonna put all my stock on fucking Blue Beetle, but like, I hope that the Superman movie that he's writing is great. Like, that's the one I'm really looking forward to.
I hope too, even though, I mean, spoiling my ranking or whatever, but Man of Steel is actually my number 1 DCEU at this point.
I know,
The more I watch it, the more I actually like it, and like, it is, I don't know, it almost felt like Dark Knight, but with Superman. Like, the more I watch it, I'm like, damn, like, Nolan could have fucking directed some of this. I really like Man of Steel, so I don't know how I'll feel about the new Superman, but I hope I like that too.
Yeah.
But, yeah, anyway.
The Flash was cool, I guess.
It was cool. Most of it. I suppose listener questions. Yeah, so let's get on to listener questions from Brian _duh_nerd on Instagram. He asked, I love both movies, haven't even seen The Flash yet. Never mind, he didn't ask anything.
Jesus Christ, come on.
Well, I'm glad you loved both movies, but you haven't seen The Flash yet, so
enjoy it.
Did you time travel? I don't know. From movies that don't suck, he asked, do you think Ezra Miller should return if they make another Flash movie?
Yes.
Well, yeah.
I
was about to say, yeah. Well, here's what I think. If they're rebooting the whole DC universe, and they are bringing back like a new actor for Superman, a new actor for this character and that character, then I don't care if they recast him, because like they basically are rebooting the whole thing anyway. Mm-hmm. But if they're making a direct sequel to this Flash, then it only makes sense to bring him back. You know, don't recast him now if it's a direct sequel to this Flash movie.
Yeah, no, I don't think that'd be a good idea. But I'm like happy enough with him still continuing. But
yeah,
you know, just maybe stop.
Shit.
Yeah, stop that stuff. Probably.
Just settle down. I mean,
I keep forgetting
he
as
said
well.
He's been getting help.
I keep forgetting as well. It's they.
Oh, they.
I keep fucking forgetting. We did this whole episode just calling it a him.
Oops. Well, we're talking about the character of the Flash, so that's different from the actual person, right? I mean, I'm sure the Flash identifies as a he.
I think when I was praising Ezra Miller, I said he. So. But I mean, I don't really care.
You're gonna get canceled.
I don't really.
They're coming after us because this very. I mean, everyone's gonna hear this podcast, obviously. So they're
obviously, yeah. I mean, it's huge.
But what else? No, I hasn't Ezra Miller. Didn't he say that he was like getting help that he needs? Or you said that he said that, or they said that. Shit.
It's so difficult. Yeah.
I'm just gonna start referring to everybody as they, just because apparently that covers all the bases.
Oh, it's just so annoying. But let's not get into all that.
No.
Yeah, no, I would really like him to come back, but I do think that Ezra is getting help. I'm fairly certain.
I hope.
But it's just kind of like, it is a bit shitty that it is getting like a big like Hollywood cover up, basically. Like, I think you should pay for the crimes that you commit like this.
Yeah.
Especially if they're this fucking heinous in some situations.
Exactly.
But yeah. It at least seems like Ezra's doing better. Like, that's something.
I hope. That is something. Let's hope it stays that way.
Yeah.
And last,
got to return for Fantastic Beasts 4.
Yeah. Oh man, he's getting the paychecks though from Harry Potter DC.
Yeah.
Yeah. From All Right So Reviews, he asked, "Will Andy Muschetti, yet again, I don't freaking know how to
is that
speak
the Flash
people's
director?
names. Yeah, the Flash director. Will his style of the Flash fit the tone for Batman: The Brave and the Bold?"
I don't know.
I mean,
it's the guy who made like the It movies as well.
Oh yeah, so he can probably do some darker stuff with Batman.
Yeah, he probably could.
And I mean, and he handled Batman in this movie pretty well, I thought. So yeah, I mean, I think it'll be just fine.
Yeah,
I think it'll be just fine as long as I don't make it too goofy, you know, like some of this stuff. But I mean,
as long as it all has James Gunn's approval, I'm on board.
Yeah,
honestly.
Yeah, he's the quality control. He's the one keeping everybody in line, hopefully. So
yeah,
that's all we've been needing.
We worship James Gunn over here.
Apparently, he can do no wrong, but he can do some wrong if you watch Slither.
Oh yeah,
but yeah, I'll never be able to defend that movie. But yeah, anyway, I guess we'll see. Should be good.
Yeah. And I guess that's it.
That's about it. That was good. Good time. That's about it. So you can check me out on Instagram, Letterboxd, Music Board, Serialized, Goodreads. Why not? All under Views by Quinn. Just check out the link trees in the description of the episode and the podcast.
Yes. And you can find me at Movies Music Me on a lot of things. YouTube, Letterboxd, Instagram, Music Board, Serialized. Yeah, all that. I don't know what else. I ran out of apps. Yeah, and don't forget to rate the podcast on Spotify if you haven't. We would really appreciate it. Or Apple Podcasts if you're a degenerate.
Hey, now you're gonna steer away all of our Apple Podcast listeners.
There's probably like
of them,
one.
Probably. Yeah.
We get more views on YouTube, honestly.
Really, man. Yeah. Hey, if you're listening on Apple Podcasts, then message us. I want to know who's listening on Apple Podcasts.
Yeah, I'd love to know. Become a patron if you want. I don't know.
Oh yeah. Become a patron if you want. I mean, I'll mention all the donations we really do use for the artwork, and the artwork ain't cheap, but it's really good, and that's why. So it definitely helps out.
Yeah, and we'd love to continue doing it because it's awesome.
Yeah, so we'd really appreciate that.
It's time for your last peace out, bitches, in that place.
Gosh, I've been dreading this because I'm too afraid. It's 10 in the morning on a Sunday. These people are gonna hate me, but whatever. I'm literally moving out in a couple hours, so yeah. Okay, well, with that being said,
everybody.
Bye everybody, and brace your ears for this. Peace out, bitches!
The video fucking lagged so hard.
I probably broke it. My neighbors are probably, if I hear a knock on my door, I'm gonna say it wasn't me. It was my TV or something.
Oh my god.